Hello and welcome to the signing of the Proclamation for Gifted Education Month in Kentucky. Isn't that exciting? I'm Julia Roberts, and today I represent a position on the Kentucky Association for Gifted Education Board, and I'm the Mahurin Professor of Gifted Studies at Western Kentucky University. Today we're going to start out with the signing of the proclamation, and would you join me in welcoming Governor Andy Beshear?
It's nice to see you again. Hello, everybody. There you go. It takes a minute to warm up, doesn't it? I am so excited to see your smiling but masked faces today, and welcome to your state capitol. I want to thank Dr. Roberts for kicking us off today, and I want to thank all of you for being here today, because you are exactly who we are celebrating. And I hear we got some folks from Woodford County in the house. Today's event recognizes the talents of students in each one of our 120 counties. And I am so excited to celebrate some of Kentucky's most passionate and hardworking young people. We are so proud to have you on Team Kentucky. Thank you to the Kentucky Association of Gifted Education for sponsoring today's events and for all you do to help our kids reach their potential. Students don't become the best they can be by staying comfortable and getting all the answers right. They become the best they can be when they are challenged, even if sometimes they fail. And they learn from people whose ideas and perspectives are totally different from their own, when they're challenged to question the things they think they already know. When our students are encouraged to be innovative and to learn and grow in new ways, they dedicate themselves not just to academics, but to community service and other passions outside of the classroom too. And I don't know about y'all, but I think this generation of students is really special. We have asked them at a younger age than we've ever asked anybody to make a whole lot of sacrifices during this pandemic. We asked you to give up a lot of things that you love to do. For a while, maybe not even be able to see each other. We asked you to do it to protect people around you. I bet we have never had a group of students your age that have saved lives across the Commonwealth and across the country. And while I know it was hard, I am really proud of what you've done. And I want you to know that there are people's parents and people's grandparents that are still here today, that are still with them because of your sacrifice. We talk a lot about how hard it's been, and we should. But I also believe that you all are going to be an incredibly special generation because of what you've already done, being superheroes at such a young age. And I think it's going to fill you with purpose. Purpose to serve your fellow human being, to always look out for each other, and to know that we are all connected in such fundamental ways. I cannot wait to see the impacts that you're going to make on this world, and you've already been leaders. So I can't wait until you're telling us what to do, probably within the next day or week or year. You're going to be a phenomenal generation that's going to do so much for this state and for this country. And to get here, I know it takes compassionate, tireless teachers to create that type of learning environment. Here in the Beshear administration, we love our educators. In fact, our Lieutenant Governor is one of them. She, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman, a former public school teacher, always says, teachers don't just discover gifts in their students, they develop the gifts too. So let's give a huge round of applause for all of our educators and everything they do. And for all they do, I think we ought to do more than recognize them. Folks, we need to pay them more. That's why in our current budget that we have recommended, we not only provide $2 billion more in funding to our public schools, We not only create universal pre-K for all 4-year-olds across the Commonwealth, making sure every Kentucky student is kindergarten ready, which means more kids will have the opportunity to be at things like this, but we mandate a 5% salary increase for every public school educator across Kentucky. We're pretty excited about that. And we ensure that there is no health insurance premium increase, that we're not increasing costs at the time that we say we're giving people raises. And so many of your educators out there deserve that help. I got a friend named Lori Baker. She is an educator from Knox County Public Schools. She has taught for 18 years, and she's always had to have a second job. The way we say it in Kentucky, though it's not grammatically correct, is that ain't right. And we ought to do something about it. This will always be an Education First administration. We will always fully fund our teachers' pensions, and we still believe that our new teachers deserve that pension too, so that we can get more people in the field and we can keep them and turn a new teacher into a long-term, career-oriented, great educator for all of you. I am so excited about what our future can hold. And for each of our kids here today, I think there is more opportunity in this state awaiting you than ever before. You know, we're just coming off our best year of economic development, of creating new jobs in our history. And for the students, we're creating jobs in really cool areas too. We're going to be a leader in creating electric vehicles. They're going to be all over the road in just a matter of years. We're learning new ways to grow crops, to feed people all over the country. We're going to build the cleanest, greenest recycled paper mill to make paper that you all work on without ever cutting down a single tree. And we're going to be doing that in Western Kentucky. We have such a wonderful opportunity ahead of us, one where nobody ever looks down their nose at us in Kentucky ever again, where we're no longer viewed as a flyover state but the destination. And you know what I'm telling people right now? If they want to keep making fun of our accents, we're going to go take their jobs too. So let me say I'm really proud, first of all of our students across Kentucky and everything you all have done. I'm really proud of those that we are honoring today. You know, when I was growing up, and I am a Kentucky public school graduate, Fayette County public school graduate. My mom taught in Woodford County public schools. But I'm really proud of those who have pushed to succeed. You know, it wasn't always viewed as cool when I was in school to do well, to make those A's, to do those extracurricular activities, to try to better yourself and better your education. And while I hope that peer pressure isn't as bad as it used to be, you guys deal with things like social media and other challenges that most of us never had to. So to push through all that and to truly achieve is really, really special, and it's the reason that we're all going to be calling you the boss here pretty soon. So today I get to also recognize one incredible young leader who I got to meet in Boone County just a few days ago. Believe it or not, we were in Boone County for a clean water event because they have an elementary school that did not have reliable drinking water. Can you imagine that? Right, that it wouldn't be safe on some days in that water fountain, and they'd even had to call off school at different times because they couldn't open the cafeteria. Thankfully, we're fixing that, and Madison here is helping us with that. I was immediately impressed with her poise and her dedication to her community. I know her parents, Patrick and Tammy, who are with us today. Where are y'all? Oh, yeah. I'm the dad of an 11 and a 12-year-old, and some days parents deserve a lot of applause, right? But I know you must be so proud of her. And you know what? I am, and the Commonwealth is as well. And not just for what she accomplished, but you appear to be a wonderful young Kentuckian. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to introduce the 2022 KAGE Distinguished Student of the Year, a fifth grader at Kelly Elementary School, Madison Pigeon. All right. All right, let me read this and then we will present it. It says, in recognition of distinguished achievement in academics, leadership, and the arts, and the contributions to her community at a level beyond that which is expected of her age group, the Kentucky Association for Gifted Education honors Madison Pigeon Proclamation Ceremony for Gifted Education Month in Kentucky Capitol Rotunda today, February 2nd, 2022. Let's step out right here. Let's give Madison another round of applause. All right. Now look forward. Congratulations. All right. So, Madison, if you will stay with us, and if the other students today would like to join me, we are going to sign a proclamation recognizing February 2022 as Gifted Education Month in Kentucky. Yep. Students want to join us? Come on. Come on, Madison. And these students too. And everybody. All right, you want to come around on the sides? Because you got to clear the front. All right. I tell you what, if some of y'all can kind of move down a little bit, so we can get you're looking that way. Right? We thought we'd include everybody, right? It was either leadership or a mistake. I'm not sure which. All right, everybody look up. Y'all can sit right in front. This is really cool. Thank y'all for wearing your mask. It's pretty helpful to me right now. All right. Are we ready? Here we go. All right. Thank you. What's your name? Alexis, it's nice to meet you. I'm Andy. Your name? Steele. Steele, nice to meet you. Oh, cool. All right. That's very nice to meet you. Thank you all. Yeah, I'll do it in just a second, okay? Y'all take your seats. I'll make sure I get it to you. This is for you. This is the pen we signed it with. And let me make sure we get these to the other students. That's for you. That's for you. I realized afterwards you probably wouldn't have that. Let me come right back. That's pretty neat. There was a gifted founders over in Dunbar when I was growing up. I was not invited. Yes, ma'am.
I brought some cupcakes.
Oh, thank you.
And there's liquor.
I appreciate that. It is so good to see you again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Governor Beshear. And Maddie, thank you for this kind gift for him, some cupcakes. And when she tells her story, you'll probably hear about the cupcakes.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. And so now we have embarked upon Gifted Education Month in Kentucky. And as the outstanding student of this year, Maddie has the opportunity to share a little bit of her story with you.
Who doesn't enjoy a delicious cupcake? I started my journey into the cupcake business when I was around the age of 4. I really just wanted to start baking. I love baking with my mom, especially making cookies for Santa. My passion for baking with my mom quickly spread. I then began baking for my school, Kelly Elementary. My most important project was the Eli Cupcake Card. Our class learned that our friend Eli was diagnosed with bone cancer. I wanted to help. I made over 200 cupcakes to help raise money to support my friend. Doing this project for Eli made me feel very proud to know that I could do so much good with my baking skills. Eli said, It made me realize that there are good people out there with a good heart, and Maddie is that type of person. It taught me that it goes a long way to do good things for others. Her kindness made me happy and realized I'm not alone. She is a good friend and a role model for her classmates. My love for baking continued to grow. One way that it has affected me is that sometimes I get called the cupcake queen. I get called this because people now know me for my delicious cupcakes. I started my journey into the cupcake business. I get called this because people now know me from. My baking has also affected my mom. She takes time out of her day to bake with me and promote my business. Getting to spend time baking with her means a lot to me. Thank you, Mom, and thank you, Dad, for being my #1 taste tester. I've learned that a cupcake with extra sprinkles can turn a frown upside down. I want to continue my efforts making people happy. My cupcakes make other people happy because everyone can enjoy a sweet treat at any time. By doing all this has inspired me to go to culinary school and learn as much as I possibly can about baking. My ultimate goal is to have my own cupcake shop when I grow up. Bringing others joy has made me very happy. Thank you for honoring me with this special award. I hope you enjoy me telling you how I had made a life sweeter for a bunch of amazing people.
Thank you so much, Maddie. I think it is exciting that we have been offering this award for 23 years. So you're the 23rd recipient of the award. Senator Wise, you're here, I think. Not true? I'll come back to you as we move along then. Rocky Atkins is here. He is senior advisor to the governor. So, Mr. Atkins, come on up. We'll welcome you.
Well, first of all, I'm honored to be here today and see two of my former colleagues here and see some really good friends throughout this crowd that I've had the tremendous opportunity to work with. 33 years in the House I served, and now I serve as the senior advisor to the governor here. And you know, I kind of take for granted this beautiful place that I get to work in every day. For all of you in this beautiful rotunda, just look around at your house here. Isn't it a beautiful place? And to have had the opportunity to work with people like Lynette and others with our Gifted Education Association, to see those that I've had the opportunity to work with at Craft Academy and Gatton and other academies we've set up throughout Kentucky in different schools has been really special. And I heard what the governor said about the opportunity of this generation that's coming on, and to see the new economy, and to see the workforce of the future, to know our #1 export industry in Kentucky. You may think it's a whole lot of different things, but it happens to be aerospace. We're the #1 producer, our #1 export industry of making airplanes and rockets around the world. To see our legislators work hard to help get the Ford battery plants to locate here in Kentucky and that workforce that will be there. To watch companies like App Harvest building the way we're going to be growing the food to feed our people in the future and indoor growing of agriculture. To think that the astronauts and the pilots and the mechanics that keep things in the air and the way of the future sit in this room that we sat in today is pretty exciting for you students that have this opportunity, and for us in Kentucky to have that vision, to know that we are no longer a flyover state, to know that we are the place where people of innovation want to locate, that we are that launch pad of the future is pretty exciting for a guy that's lived in Kentucky for all of his life. And to have had the chance to work here with many of you, to I believe put Kentucky in the position to really be all we want to be and all we need to be, not only for the generation now, but for future generations. those of you that strive to make sure that we fund education and that we take care of those folks in the classroom and that we make sure we bring hope and opportunity to every corner of this great Commonwealth of Kentucky. Whether you come from where I come from, the left-hand fork of Middle Fork in a little small county of Elliott County, or whether you come from the inner city, you ought to be able to have the hope and opportunity of having the kind of opportunity to put food on the table and a roof over your head and live the American dream. Well, I'm honored to still be in the arena and be working with all of you who are trying to make a difference. To our legislators, the sacrifice, the care, those who have been in education like these two that sat here and are still in education, and for this governor to understand in his budget, he put $2 billion more in the education budget of elementary and secondary education than was in the past budget. So our commitment is to this. We know that our economy rides on our investment in education. Whether it be go to a degree of an associate, a master's, whatever it may be, or whether we have a skill or a trade of being able to work in whatever arena it may be. So congratulations, good luck. This is a great day. These two ladies standing over here have absolutely wore the carpet in my office out over the last how many years. So thank you for your dedication, and thank you for your commitment to the children of Kentucky. Thank you all so much.
Oh, I think you picked up my notes. Excuse me. I think you have my notes in that. And now, let's welcome Savannah Brook Jones, who is a senior at the Craft Academy. Kentucky has the opportunity for young people as juniors and seniors to apply to the Gatton Academy or the Craft Academy. And Savannah will represent us here from the Craft Academy. Savannah.
First of all, I would like to say thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity, but I would like to say how intelligence and talent can be found anywhere. However, opportunity does not follow those same rules. Today, we recognize those who work to better the equity and equality of such opportunities. This February, we celebrate gifted education in Kentucky. We recognize all who have been given the chance to learn and grow, while also understanding that there are still some who have yet to receive that same opportunity. Across the Commonwealth, programs have given the gift of enriched education to an unforeseen number of students. The effects of these programs, from the Ignite Institute to the more smaller localized ones, are far-reaching and long-lasting. Programs like the Craft Academy have allowed students to receive the academic education they've always yearned for. In general, gifted programs have always aimed to allow children to grow into successful students, and successful students into ambitious leaders. Still, we oftentimes see a lack of diverse STEM education in many states. However, the awareness of legislators in Kentucky have allowed us to give students the chance to receive benefits from partnerships between public schools and community colleges, from institutions created the sole focus on boosting STEM, and unique events like STEM Plus H Day or Young Women Lead conferences. These specific examples made my personal experiences as a student all the more enriching as I explored fields as vastly different as astrophysics and foreign relations. In the end, I am one of those many previously faceless and nameless students finally given a voice. Growing up, I was never given the chance to pursue what I was passionate about. For a long time, I didn't even know what I was passionate about. And yet, the Craft Academy has furthered my opportunities beyond what I believed was possible. I became a leader. I became one of the many researchers involved in an international effort to understand and combat climate change. Currently, I work with fungi from the Miocene climate optimum to understand what species will be more common in different regions millions of years ago. This data set, once completed, will become the first of its kind in the world. It aims to determine where crop failures, illnesses, and general shifts in biodiversity will occur today. Simply put, I look into the past to determine the future. I've already published our research in an international peer-reviewed research journal. I plan to present our work again at the Geological Society of America's annual meeting this spring in Cincinnati. This research overall has helped make Kentucky a scientific epicenter. Now, if you had told me that I would be doing any of this all those years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. And ultimately, all we can hope for is progress, where every step is a step in the right direction, where every ounce of support creates thousands of new opportunities. Without the funding given to gifted education, I would not have been able to go to college. College wasn't even an option. So I thank you, Governor Beshear, and all legislators who have helped support gifted education and continue to do so in the future. It is because of our legislators that I stand before you now, a first-generation college student looking to change the world. May we continue to elevate Kentuckians beyond the trivial stereotypes so often placed upon us. We are more than that. We are a people that have consistently bent adversity and risen to the challenge. I hope that the girl I once was is proud of who I am today. Without your support, I would not be here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Savannah. We're going to have just a little entertainment now, and Bella Norman, a senior at the Gatton Academy, is going to play an excerpt from Carl Weber's Concerto for Clarinet.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the introduction, and it's so good to see everyone here today. And thank you for the opportunity for me to speak today. So as Dr. Roberts said, my name is Bella Norman, and I'm a senior at the Gatton Academy. And before I begin playing, I do have a few words to say about my gifted education experience. So I vividly remember my microscope test in the 8th grade advanced biology class. At the time, I was very petrified that I would not be able to stain and find a bacteria in my sample of Activia probiotic yogurt. Luckily, I was able to identify and find a bacterium, but I took away more from this experience than a good grade. It ignited my passion for microbiology and science. As I moved through high school, my advanced and AP classes prepared me for the rigor of the Gatton Academy. Now, a senior at the Gatton Academy, I recognize what a privilege gifted education is. I've had the opportunity to identify my own virus named Venture, genetically recombine viral genomes, take challenging courses, and further my passion for music by being a member of WKU symphonic bands for the past 3 semesters. Gifted education has truly molded me into the person I am today. On that note, I will now begin playing. I'm going to play a few notes to begin to warm up. My clarinet's cold, but forgive me for that. Thank you. Oops.
Thank you so much. I bet you haven't had too many opportunities to play a clarinet solo in the rotunda. What a sound. Join me in welcoming Senator Max with us. Come on up here, Max Wise, and he is chair of the Education Committee in the Senate. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Thank you for the beautiful music, and thank you all for all of your gifts and all of your talents that you bring to us today here in the Rotunda. And a special thank you to all the little eyes and the little ears that are in the back. I remember before we did this pre-COVID, we would always have the young kids gather around, if you remember this, Lynette, right here in the front, and just to see the excitement in their eyes, because this Capitol is truly an exciting place to be. And sometimes we take for granted how beautiful we have one of the best looking state capitals in the United States of America. I am the education chairman for the Senate Education Committee. I love having my role as to be a policymaker as it relates to education. And there's many times in Frankfurt where we look at policy decisions that we're making and we hear so much about the different career paths, and we talk about career and technical education. I'm very supportive of that. I think everyone should have the opportunity to go to college, the opportunity of post-high school careers, but also we can't forget about our most gifted and our most talented students as well. And when it gets into the budget, making sure that the budgetary needs and resources are there for those that are exceptional, and that we've got to make sure we're challenging you and getting every bit of that brain and every bit of your passion for education, that you'll stay here in the Commonwealth. We have a problem in Kentucky, and it's not just Kentucky, it's also many other states. It's a brain drain issue. We have many of our students leave Kentucky high schools and they go out of state, and sometimes they don't come back home. I've got a daughter who's a freshman at Ole Miss right now. I have one of those myself. Very gifted, very talented in the honors college, but I also say to my daughter, remember, there's no place like home. Come back, we need you back here. And so with what we're doing this legislative session, with the 60-day session, with the budget, and with work that we're trying to instill to make sure that each and every one of you will always want to make Kentucky your home. And I challenge you, as you grow from elementary to middle school to high school, please take those challenging classes. Now you notice I didn't say the word hard. I'm a professor. I teach at the University of Kentucky in the grad school level. But I've always said the best professors in life are the ones that challenge you, because you remember those professors and those teachers the most. Don't hesitate from taking those challenging courses. And I have no doubt, many of you are so gifted, you're so talented, and especially when it gets into probably computer concepts and applications, you can work wonders around myself and these two representatives that are probably going to speak also. Bottle that up, use it to the best of your abilities, and give back to Kentucky. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. Look forward to working with each and every one of you all on education policy for the betterment of the Commonwealth. Thank you, and God bless.
Students, remember what he said about selecting what challenges you rather than what's easy for you, because that's where growth comes about. Next, I would like for you to welcome Representative Steve Riley. He is chair of our subcommittee in the House on primary and secondary education. Welcome.
Thank you, everyone. It's a privilege to be able to speak to you today. Representative Suzanne Miles, caucus chair, was supposed to speak today to you guys, and I'm taking her place. Her mother unfortunately died, and they had the funeral this morning, but she sends her best wishes, and I know that you guys remember her and her family during their time of grief. As Dr. Roberts mentioned, I am the chair of the Budget Subcommittee on K through 12 and Workforce Development, and I am a retired educator. I retired as a high school principal, and as a principal, I saw the valuable work for gifted and talented throughout the school system, at the elementary level, the middle school level, and at the high school level, and understand completely what it means for our students. As Dr. Roberts mentioned and Senator Wise mentioned, To be challenged is very important. So many people today want to go through the easy things of life and have things given to them. And the greatest thing you can do is to earn what you get. And oftentimes, in many cases, that's to be challenged. Dr. Roberts and Lynette Baldwin have done a great job in the Gifted Talent Program, and I appreciate so much what they do. As a parent, I also had a son who went through the Gifted and Talented programs, the Super Saturdays at WKU, at Western, and through elementary, middle school, and high school, and saw the value in what that did for him. So I get the perspective of both an educator and a parent, and see what this meant for so much. I also, like Senator Wise, my son went to school out of state, university, and he came back home, thank goodness. And that's what we want. If you do, no matter where you choose to go to college, we need talented people, intelligent people, people that care and have passion in the state of Kentucky. I'm not going to speak any longer. I know all you students from Woodford County, you don't want to listen to us. You want to get back to school. I know you do. So we'll make this as quick as we possibly can. Thank you guys for what you do. Congratulations on all your work. I know the Craft Academy and Gatton Academy are both great programs. Thank you, everybody, and have a blessed day. Thank you.
As I mentioned, we've had distinguished students for some time now, and the 2018 Cage Distinguished Student is Todd Crader. Come on up.
Thank you. It's great to be back in the Capitol today to celebrate Gifted Education Month. I'm from Eastern Kentucky, and most of y'all would call me a hillbilly. My home is in Floyd County. Unfortunately, over a third of the people live below the poverty line, and over 75% of the students at my school qualify for free or reduced lunch. Simply hearing where I am from and listening to those statistics, many people believe that my future and the future of my peers is bleak, but it isn't. Do you want to know why? It's because of the gifted education services and opportunities that my county provides to our educators and students. Talented and gifted programs are extremely important to students across our Commonwealth because they broaden our horizons and push us to expand our minds. In Eastern Kentucky, they provide opportunities for exposure to a variety of performances that are not normally found in the mountains. It also provides us the opportunity to take more rigorous classes that will better prepare us for our future. Gifted education isn't just about the services that are provided to us. Gifted education programs and our teachers inspire us to make a difference. In 2016, I founded Essentials for Santa, a community service project that collects pillows, blankets, personal hygiene items for our children in need in our community. I've been very blessed to have a lot of help, and much of that help has come from other gifted and talented students who have helped me collect, organize, and distribute over 9,000 items to hundreds of kids in our community over the last 6 years. Another example of gifted students making a difference happened in April 2020. We were 3 to 4 weeks into the pandemic, and a group of gifted and talented students at my school got together online and created a video thanking healthcare workers for all they were doing. It was a simple, heartfelt gesture that was viewed tens of thousands of times because of Governor Beshear was moved to share the video on one of his daily afternoon briefings. And thank you for that, Governor Beshear. Gifted education matters. As the Kentucky Association for Gifted Education so often points out, Kentucky's gifted and talented students are an important natural resource for Kentucky. They have unique learning needs that must be nurtured and not neglected. I implore Governor Beshear and members of the Kentucky Legislature to continue supporting gifted education and make it a priority in our state budget. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, Todd. I am happy to welcome Samira Salafu to the podium. She is a senior at the Gatton Academy.
My name is Samira Salafu, and I'm a senior at the Gatton Academy of Mathematics and Science. This program has helped me excel in so many ways. When I first entered the program, I thought I wanted to be a doctor. Now, not so much. Throughout my time at Gatton, I was able to explore all my interests. I took my first computer science course, CS 180, and found that I loved the problem-solving process and the satisfaction of completing a program. In March of 2021, I applied to Gatton's Sisterhood Research Internship Grant, a program that offers internships for young women from underrepresented backgrounds, and spent my last summer researching load balancing algorithms. I wrote a paper and published that research for the 2021 IEEE Cloud Summit. During my first semester, I was enrolled in Western Kentucky University's Genome Discovery and Exploration program and found that I want lab work to be incorporated into my future career. My Mycobacterium spegmatis bacteriophage information is published in multiple databases, and I was able to win multiple awards at the Science and Engineering fairs and present my research to the National Consortium of Secondary STEM Schools. At my sending high school, Greenwood High School in Bowling Green, Kentucky, I took AP Chemistry. This was the first time I realized that I really loved chemistry. When I matriculated to Gatton, I was excited to have the opportunity to take more advanced chemistry classes. Last semester, I was enrolled in Organic Chemistry 1, and though the class was challenging, I was glad to have the opportunity to learn about many kinds of reactions, gain lab skills such as acid-base extraction, and more concretely define the role chemistry will play in my future. I was also able to explore and take more fun classes such as the Introduction to Economics. I've always wanted to take an econ class, and I'm glad that I was able to have the opportunity to pursue my academic interests without paying traditional expenses for college courses. Last semester, I spontaneously decided I wanted to learn Arabic, and Gatton greatly supported me by helping me apply for a summer study abroad program called Nestle. This summer, I hope to travel to Morocco to further learn Arabic and about the language's culture. As an adult, I hope to work with Engineers Without Borders, and I know that my knowledge of Arabic will greatly help me understand the locals and communicate any issues we have with them. Without these experiences, I would not have the opportunity to explore my interests early on in a hands-on, interdisciplinary, and advanced environment. I would not know I want to be a chemical engineer without the Gatton Academy and advanced placement programs. Advanced educational opportunities challenge me to improve my approach to learning, specifically my work ethic, my ability to comfortably ask questions, and my willingness to try new things. As you evaluate the role of advanced education within Kentucky schools, please consider the immeasurable impacts that these opportunities have on helping students explore their careers, and subsequently, the impacts advanced students have on the future of our economy. Students like me stand to benefit from funded opportunities to explore our academic interests, whether that's cloud computation or Arabic conjugates. Thank you.
I think all of the comments from students remind us that a wonderful motto is stay curious, learn what's out there. I am happy to welcome Representative Patty Minter to the podium. She represents Warren County, which is where Bowling Green is, and she also is a professor at Western Kentucky University. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Roberts, and I want to thank our student speakers today. Bella, your beautiful music has lifted all of us up today, and it's exactly what brings this rotunda to life. To our 4 student speakers, you inspire me, and you remind me why the work that this legislature has done to create Gatton and Craft Academies and to fund gifted and talented education matters. And it is an honor to be here with 2 of my constituents from Bowling Green. Thank you, Bella and Samira, for your beautiful music and for your inspiring words. As your remarks showed us, gifted education matters. Gifted education matters when we recognize the talents that young people possess, and when we do everything we can to nurture and cultivate and encourage those talents, and when we do, great things happen. I'm honored to represent Bowling Green's House District 20, which includes the Gatton Academy. As I was telling somebody earlier, the first time I came to this Capitol as a citizen lobbyist was as a member. I was the faculty regent on WKU's Board of Regents, and I came with Dr. Roberts and my predecessor in this position, Speaker Jody Richards. Together, he and Dr. Roberts envisioned and delivered on the Gatton Academy. And it was so exciting to talk to lawmakers as a faculty member about what this would do. And then I got to teach those Gatton students as they came to Bowling Green. I've had students in my U.S. History since 1865 class, since the very beginning class enrolled at Gatton. Gatton students come from all over Kentucky, and they live and learn on college campus and receive a world-class educational experience tailored to their unique gifts and talents. Their experience in this gifted education program challenges them, as you've heard, in ways that a more traditional education would not. Where else can you work on genomes and Arabic conjugates, right? And play in a symphony at the same time. Their experience shows us that we need to continue to invest in helping this generation of Kentucky's best and brightest be the brightest stars that they can be. They're reaching new intellectual heights and unlocking new doors to the future. As an educator myself, I understand that students who are able to perform at higher levels should and need the opportunity to do so, and they need to be able to do it in their home state. Students who thrive with academic challenges should be able to meet those challenges head on. It's really simple. The limit for what any student is able to do should be nothing more than what their mind can take them to do. And it's incumbent upon us as educators, as parents, as a community, and as a legislative body to do everything we can to clear that path. As a mom, I'm grateful every single day for the gifted and talented educators who have supported my child Alex, who have nurtured and cultivated their talents over the years and continue to do so today. I know firsthand that gifted education matters because I see it every day as I watch Alex soar in ways that they never imagined they could. Every child in Kentucky, no matter who they are or where they live, deserves that opportunity to shine as brightly as the stars that they are. And that means that making sure every student receives the education that not only meets them where they are, but challenges them to become what is possible. With the next generation of great leaders and thinkers and doers right here in this rotunda and in classrooms across our Commonwealth, I'm proud to stand here in support of your work in my home district in Kentucky. Thank you so much.
We have heard from the governor and the executive branch. We have heard representatives of the legislative branch. We've heard from students. There's another really important player in gifted education in the Commonwealth, and that is the Kentucky Department of Education. And I want to welcome Veronica Sullivan, who is Division Director at the Kentucky Department of Education.
My mask is not coming off real good. I'm not good at taking my mask off, apparently. Sorry about that. All right, good afternoon. Kentucky offers gifted education to more than 78,000 students across the Commonwealth in all grade levels. Gifted students have many individual strengths and talents, as we have well seen today. Thank you for sharing that with us today. In math and science, students are researching ways to effectively recycle and reuse products. They're building robots and tiny houses. In language arts and social studies, students write poetry, create stories, and they're researching the past to help guide us to a better future. In leadership, students are assisting those in need, they're mentoring younger students, and they are encouraging others to collaborate. In the visual and performing arts, Kentucky students are giving outstanding performances and are creating exciting works of art. I'm very honored to be here today. I'm really appreciative of getting the opportunity to hear from the students, and we are excited to be part of Gifted Education Month. We are also fortunate to have the opportunity to help students and gifted and talented to actually reach their highest potential. Thank you.
Kathy Anderson is at the Department of Education. Why don't you wave at them? Kathy's the one we often turn to when we have questions in gifted education, as she is the consultant that has that as her specific responsibility. Well, we've come to the end of our program. We've heard lots of encouraging comments. We've been inspired by students and what they've said. I'm thrilled that legislators have come to be with us. And just as a little secret, we're working really hard to raise the funding for gifted education. So as you encounter your legislators, say the term 15 million to them in hopes that this will be the year that that comes. Thank you, teachers who brought students. Thank you, parents who came with students. And thank each of you for coming. Let's make this February the best gifted education month yet. And think of ways you'll celebrate Gifted Education Month and send that information to the Cage office. Thank you. Go safely.